Hi, hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to episode 3 of season 2 of Minecraft. I believe it's episode 3 at least. I'm so bad at remembering those things. What we're seeing here is a bridge that my buddy Brent created. And look at him. Look at him using some weird, different kind of patterns. Someone's been watching my videos, you know what I'm saying? He notified me yesterday that he just recently watched my Minecraft video and heard me say that I maybe wanted to create a bridge across here. But he said, well, I already did that. And I was like, that's great, man. Also created a nice little tunnel for us to go through. Really just a nice connection with another piece of the land. Very nice of him to do that. My buddy Kroger has also been working on his house a bit more. It's starting to look really, really grand. It's like it's actually a big mansion, you know? I hope for him that he didn't bite off a bit more than he can chew or something like that. I think that's kind of an expression that people say when there's someone taking on a project that might be a bit too ambitious for them. But I definitely believe in my buddy Kroger and in the fact that he can manage to do this. Now, as you can see, level 30 down there at the bottom. I've been playing a lot off camera, just grinding away. And that is because, just give you a quick look around of the storage room we built last episode. Did someone utilize it already? No, it doesn't seem like it, no. And that is because right on top of there on our enchanting table, which also goes up to the max level now, we have a little surprise plant. Oh, and I have been mining some diamonds. That's right. That's right. And then there's 3 more here to create a pickaxe. So yeah, a lot of off-camera work and kind of a bit of the less interesting things, just mining away so that I can deliver the real content, or at least what I believe to be the real content to you guys. As you can see, we already have a diamond pickaxe as well, and this one has silk touch. So that's also a nice get. But the one that we were looking after and why we got up to level 30 is this one right here. Fortune 3. Whoa, holy shit. This is an amazing pickaxe. That is actually an insane pickaxe. Let's go. Awesome. So that's 2 birds in 1 stone. I was gonna get a fortune pickaxe, but it seems like we already just got a working pickaxe as well. And I saved up all of my mined diamonds with my silk touch pickaxe just so that you guys could be here when I mine all of them. I didn't really look, but I believe that was 22 blocks. So 22 blocks of diamond ore. How many diamonds do you think we will get? You can guess for yourself. I'm gonna guess 61 diamonds. Let's go. Alright, my guess was a bit ambitious, but 45 diamonds, that's nothing to sneeze at, you know? That's pretty goddamn decent if I do say so myself. Let's take a little nap, and then we will decide what else is planned for today. For the first thing, the first order of business today, I just want to try out this new pickaxe for a second and see how fast it actually goes. Alright, let's just say we randomly start to dig here. Let's do this. Oh...
In men, orgasm is considered the peak experience of sexual pleasure.
You know, Sally, I'll tell you something that really butters up my egg roll. Nothing beats mining like this in Minecraft. I could do this all day. Yeah, well, that was awesome. We got really lucky on this pickaxe. I can't stress that enough. The next order of business is probably going to Unbreaking 4, if that exists. Let me look that up real quick. Unbreaking goes up to 3 only. Alright, so we got the max Unbreaking. Does efficiency 5 exist? 5 does exist. So I guess we still need to try to get that, and then it will be even faster. Fortune 4 doesn't exist, right? What we really need now on this pickaxe is Mending. Mending and efficiency 5, and it will just be ready then. That will be our pickaxe forever, assuming we don't lose it on death. But we all know that I never lose diamond pickaxes on death. How stupid would that be? Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, that small introduction with some hype content, it is time to decide upon our 3 challenges, our 3 tasks we are going to complete today. One of them is going to be to spruce up his bridge a bit. It looks really good. I'm satisfied with it a lot. The staircase upside down, that's a nice little detail. What I want to do is create a little pillar into the ground in the middle, and also maybe make an arch or 2 at the start and the end of the bridge, and I'm gonna mix in, I think, 1 more block type. And Brent, if you're watching this and you don't like what I do with your bridge, just tell me honestly and I will revert all of my changes, because I don't want to like change anyone's builds if they don't want it to be changed. For this pillar, I will use also just cobblestone and stone. I wonder if he also has a silk touch pickaxe or if he really smelted all this cobblestone, because that would be some decent dedication. For me personally, I used my silk touch pickaxe a lot, and we have these amounts of stacks of stone. Now, 1 more block I want to introduce, but I don't necessarily know what. I think andesite would look okay, but not everyone likes andesite. I don't want to do any wood, I think. Maybe I could make the arches out of wood. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I will try that. I will just leave the block combination that Brent chose out, and I will just add the arches in wood to add a bit more block diversity. But for the main structure of the bridge, we will use just cobblestone and stone. So sprucing up the bridge, that's objective number 1 today, and we're just gonna work on that, and in the meantime we can figure out what our other 2 objectives are gonna be for the day. It doesn't have to be exactly in the middle, but like over here would be good. I'm just gonna mark it down with some cobblestone for now. I guess I can mix in some regular stone as well. Building underwater is always one of the most fun things to do in Minecraft, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's a nice location. I will make it like 2 wide. How have you guys been? It's Tuesday right now. Girlfriend had her second to last exam yesterday, and after that we chilled a bit for a change because, well, during exams you normally don't really get the opportunity to chill all that much, so we took some time off for her mental well-being as well and stuff. She's having a bit of a tough time. Not that she's like completely exhausted herself or anything, but it's just, and I definitely understand this, it's just not fun to be studying all day when she sees me sitting here downstairs having the time of my life, of course. Me, personally, I've been fine. As I said, having the time of my life. Just recording some videos, playing some RuneScape, playing some other games. Only thing that could make it even better is if my friends had some more time to play with me, of course, but my buddy Simon, who is also playing on the server, for example, also still has exams, so he has to be busy for a lot of the time too. I'm not gonna think about this design or anything too much, just something simple to make it look like the bridge is actually realistically being held up by a nice large pillar. One more thing I'm gonna do is make it seem like it is nested into the ground a bit more firmly. I'm gonna leave that sand block there in the middle to show that the passing of time has definitely been affecting the bridge a bit. Alright, nice and easy, just really simple. And I don't mind that it's really simple. But it's part 1 of our bridge sprucing up done. I wonder if this corner stair was supposed to be like this, but considering all other stairs are non-corner stairs, I think I'll fix this for him for a second. Now for the arches, I guess we should use some of the birch wood that we have been using throughout this entire let's play already, for these stairs for example as well. And inside my tent as a floor, and Inka is using it in his build, but Brent on the other end used some oak logs, so maybe a bit of a combination. I'll quickly take a nap and then we'll check some things out. And here we are. Let's test some patterns out, shall we? Only real OGs will remember this world. Alright, so just to simulate a bit what we have going on in our world, I built this little prototype right here. It's not over water or anything, but it doesn't matter for now. How are we gonna do this? I think pillars like this are already not a contender, because I definitely don't like the way the birch wood just looks like that. Now oak logs we can definitely pull off, that's no problem at all. Stripped birch logs, definitely also an option though, I really like that. And then I was thinking that we can also, for example, line up this thing in its entirety with trapdoors. Or well, maybe not in its entirety, but like this, for example, the bottom. Oh yeah, that's something we need to remember. Let's try to stick with birch logs for now, because that's a thing, a block kind that we have been using throughout our world all the time already. What about this, huh? What about this? It's nice and simple. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't feel out of place. Let's build another one behind it to see how that looks. There we are. And now we might connect these guys. It's okay, but it's not really what we're looking for, I think. What about this, huh? What about this? I'm quite fond of it, but the top is a bit too flat for me right now. Only thing I'm not satisfied by right now is these 2 blocks right here, but I don't think I want to use even more trapdoors because we are using a lot of them already. No, that looks silly. That's too many trapdoors. How do we solve this? What about if we just don't have 2 blocks here and instead we get some slabs like that? Oh, yes, I think we have found a winner. I think I'm just gonna leave it at this. It's definitely not perfect, but I'm trying to get into the habit of being satisfied with my builds more quickly. I don't think I'm gonna do these trapdoors on the inside. I quite like the way it looked that they don't have any there, but I might change that in the future. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Just nice and simple design. Nothing over the top. I really like the lanterns with the chains as well, with the chains. I should look up how I need to make these things because I don't know that, but the lanterns hook up nicely to that. And it's always a bit more fun than just having torches around everywhere. And then I wonder if there's another way that I can introduce some of my patented block variety. What about if we do this? I think that's, yep, we found it. We know. We know what we're gonna do. I think that this works out, just adding like less of the other block. And that's normally not something I am an advocate for. Normally I like dispersing the blocks a bit throughout, as you guys know already, but I think this looks fine. Just some hints of oak in there, but nothing too overwhelming, nothing too fancy. The birch needs to be the main focus. Yeah, I think this is fine, and I think we'll leave it at that. And now we just have to replicate this in our survival world. First, I gotta let a kitty in though. Alright, let's get to work. Look at that. Now isn't that great? And it only took me like 13 minutes. Alright, but that's definitely a lot of time-lapse footage which I can put to good use. And we now have a pretty little bridge. It was pretty already, but we spruced it up a little bit, and now we can definitely like it a lot. Now, and that's what we're all about in this server, of course, or I am at least. Yeah, happy with how this turned out. And we didn't spend too much time designing it or anything. Just quickly thought something up, real easy to do, and gathered the materials and made it happen. Efficiency. That did take up a large part of my time though, creating that thing. So our other two goals for this episode should be some really quick to achieve goals where I can also just ramble on a bit about something. Let's make one more goal to make a diamond tool set with some light enchantments on it. It's gonna be real easy to do. It's just gonna be getting some diamonds and enchanting them. But as I said, I really need to hurry up a bit and start editing this one. I think these are all the tools that we need for now. We barely ever use a sword. I almost always just use an axe to kill monsters and stuff. So I think I'm satisfied with this for now. We could also make diamond armor, but I don't feel competent enough to wear that kind of armor yet. I feel like I'm gonna probably fall in the lava a bunch of more times before we can actually go over into the phase of wearing diamond armor. Unbreaking 1 and efficiency 1, that's not amazing. Maybe we should just use a book for now. To just get rid of that enchantment. Let's see what else we have. Unbreaking 2, now that already sounds a lot better. It's just Unbreaking 2. And efficiency 2 sounds a lot better as well. Again, nothing too special, just some regular old enchantments, nothing to laugh at, but also it's gonna come in handy. We're approaching like, not the end game, but the mid game now with our diamond tools. That's 2 out of 3 objectives done. Now the third one should be something in between. Nothing that is done in like a second, but nothing that takes an hour. We already built something, we created something, so I think it's time for the third objective to be farming something. What about chopping down that birch forest, just so that we have enough wood to rest us the rest of the series probably. And it's gonna be a mindless task where I can just kind of get like a podcasty talk over it. Let's just do that. Let's clear out a big part of this forest just to get some wood for our next episodes. It's gonna make the process of building other things easier. It's probably gonna help out a lot of other people if they want some wood. It might not make for the most entertaining content, but I have my commentary to make up for that, or at least I hope so. Playing a lot of League of Legends again lately. Some ranked in the new season. Got placed into Gold 4, which is Definitely not great, but it's better than nothing. Trying my hands on the support role now, which is something that I dreaded to play when I was a kid, and I think that's part of maturing, that you learn to appreciate. This is gonna sound like really corny, I think is the right word, really cliche and stuff, but starting to appreciate, for example, in games, the more supportive roles. Because when you're like a teenager, an adolescent, you wanna be the best in everything, you want to shine out, you really want to set an example for others, and you want to do all these amazing things and stuff. We can do this like this. If you didn't notice yet, I like to turn off my UI when recording, because I think that makes for a more pleasant experience, even though it looks a bit weird that we're cutting this without an X now, but you can remember that we have an X, right? But yeah, the supportive role. Normally, when you're younger, you want to make the play of the game. You want to be in the spotlight, of course. You want everyone to remember, like, oh yeah, that was that AD carry from that game. He did some really nice kills. He had some nice lane pressure and stuff. Now that I'm playing the support role, I really start to appreciate that as well, because it's the entire other way around. Most of the time, you don't even get recognized in your efforts. A big part of whether your bot lane wins and whether the AD carry gets ahead or not is the support. It might be the biggest part. Of course, the AD carry's mechanics itself need to be on point and they need to know his champions and stuff, but if you don't have your support to engage for you or tank for you or heal you after you fail a trade, you're not gonna do so great in lane, I believe. Which is pretty self-explanatory, because that's exactly what support is all about, of course, but really playing it yourself gives you an extra appreciation for it, because I used to be an AD carry main. That was not necessarily because I wanted to be in the spotlight or anything and I wanted to make all these big plays, but just the role, it was just a role that really spoke to me the most. And there's definitely going to be other people that play AD carry and mid lane for that same reason and don't just want to be in the spotlight and stuff, but there's also people that just want to make plays and get kills and they don't care about objective, they just want their KDA to go up and stuff, and well, they are the opposite of supportive to your team, of course. Not that getting kills is not important, because you need to get kills to get money, to get items, to get damage, to defeat the enemies, but still, there's quite a bit of satisfaction, a different kind of satisfaction in, for example, playing Thresh, pulling the enemy AD carry and just deciding the entire team fight on one ability, and it's the engaging ability, the first ability in the team fight as well. And if you can literally just decide the entire course of the team fight and therefore the course of the game with just that one engaging ability, even though you're supposed to be just a support role, which is like supporting other people, well, that's powerful and that's awesome. No big deal. Some extra damage for the skeleton for us. Now, what do you most look forward to when the pandemic is over? For me personally, one of the first things that comes to mind is definitely going to like a restaurant again. I definitely look forward to that a lot. And then there's also squashing with my buddy Steph and my girlfriend. That's also something that I really miss. And it's been so long that we tend to sometimes forget that that is even a hobby of ours, the squashing. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. And then there's also some friends that are really dear to me that I haven't seen in a while, of course, which I would love to see again. That's an invisible spider. I'm scared to that. Oh, if you didn't notice, by the way, the server is on hard mode. That's always a request I make on our server host, because it makes a lot of more mob spawn and also makes XP farms more effective and stuff, which is something that we don't have yet. That would be a nice goal as well, to find like a mob spawner or an area that we can create a mob farm in, but that's something that's like purely dependent on RNG, so I don't know how great that episode would go. But one thing that my Minecraft playthrough generally lacks is exploration, because that's like the part of the game that I usually spend least time on. Even though I love exploring the Minecraft world and seeing all the different kinds of terrains that are generated, I really love that, and especially now in the new Nether, that will also be a lot of fun. But as you saw in this episode again, like building just takes up so much of my time. It's a part of the game I enjoy a lot, but it's also a part of the game that goes by really slowly, and you need to put a lot of effort into it, not only into the building part itself, but then you also need to gather the materials first and stuff as well. So to come back onto me playing support, another MOBA game, Heroes of the Storm, created by Blizzard, definitely less popular than League of Legends and definitely past its prime already, I believe so at least. But I still think it's a lot of fun and I really want to get back into that, but I've been waiting for my friends to get done with their exams and stuff to check it out together again. Why I want to segue into that MOBA from talking about support is I think that in that game, you have to support each other a lot more, and independent of what champion you are playing, or well, hero, I guess, in that game. In League, and that's the beauty of the game, but also it's bane, in my opinion. That's also the thing holding the game down. In League, it is possible to have just one carry on your team pop off and get really fat, and he can literally carry the game. But I have a feeling that in Heroes of the Storm that is a lot less probable, because also XP is shared in that game. So if your team is doing bad, you're gonna be low level as well, and you're not gonna be able to like rise up above the rest and try to carry the game. Unless if you have like amazing mechanics, of course, that'll help you out a lot. But in general, I think Heroes of the Storm is definitely more of a team-based game than League of Legends, and we can recognize that in Blizzard on other fronts too. Take for example CS:GO, a very individualized first-person shooter. You have to like, your own mechanics have to be really good to survive in that game and to thrive. And compare that to Overwatch. Again, do you see the similarity with the comparison between League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm? People that don't know about games or don't really play games frequently are probably going to be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But also in Overwatch, that's like a lot more team-based, and your team needs to be really coordinated and stuff. Whereas in CSGO, you just have to have like decent aim and then you can win the game. Decent aim is also important in Overwatch, but it plays a different role than in CSGO for sure. And I appreciate Blizzard for that they like put the focus of this genre, the genres that have existed so long and are so well known, they put the focus into a different aspect of those games. Because for MOBA, the thing that they are known for is mostly like the individual outplays from Faker, for example, in League or stuff. That's the things that's the clips that get watched the most, of course. And then definitely for first-person shooters, it's the crazy shots and the quick scopes and the no scopes and all that things. But if you go watch some Heroes of the Storm highlights, I'm not really sure about, but I guess it will be the same. But definitely if you go watch some Overwatch highlights from like well-known tournaments and stuff, for example, I can assure you that the focus will be a lot more on great team plays instead of like individual nice plays. And that's something that I can appreciate, something that I can adore. And I wish more companies would like be daring enough to explore their genres a bit more and not just make carbon copies, not just make like the 50th version of Rust or whatever, or a survival indie horror crafting game, because there's like 15,000 of those already. Oh, we're here with this new first-person shooter battle royale. Like, no. Do something else. For example, be like Tetris, be like Nintendo. They're like, yeah, we created a battle royale, it's Tetris. That's awesome. Things like that really spruce up the gaming world a bit. I do also recognize, however, that for those big companies and for small companies even more, it's very dangerous to go on endeavors like that, because it's a lot safer to just create a game that you know that will get some attraction. But it would be cool if some people did some other things as well. There we go. I really like that. I like that discussion that we had right there. Getting a bit more into the commentary part of things. So yeah, this is a well-balanced episode in my opinion. Some nice building, which is a part that I enjoy. Some, a lot of progress, because we got... Jesus Christ, those things are so annoying. Oh, I don't want to die. Just die, holy shit. But yeah, as I was saying, a well-balanced episode, as all things should be. I'm really glad with how this bridge turned out. I liked it a lot. We have our diamond tools now. We have an amazing working pickaxe. We have a lot of diamonds to spare. And we got wood for days. And I'm not talking about an erection. Alright, thanks a lot for enjoying this beautiful day in Minecraft with me. I guess it were multiple days. And have a nice day in real life as well for the rest of this day. See you in the next one, which might be Minecraft, might be Shadow Tactics, might be something else. Who knows? Just enjoying the recording again. Bye-bye.